Can I steal you for a minute?
Steal you for a minute?
Can I steal you for a minute?
Welcome to Can I Steal You for a Minute, the reality dating recap podcast. My name is Indra Raj.
And I'm Mary Bianco.
And we're so sorry that we are a day late with the podcast, but I was at a conference, which I never do. Like, I never go on work trips, but I had a work trip early this week. So we just weren't able to record on Wednesday as we plan to do for upcoming weeks because it's the day off. And I have to say, I kind of missed the episode.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I missed having an episode last night.
I was looking for something to watch. Even though this, and we'll get into it, this is a hard watch for me. I'm not breezing through it happily like I was last season. The whole episode, I'm being confronted by something that's really making me annoyed. I still missed them. So
yeah, I know. Okay. Well, we haven't talked a lot about the details, so I'm very curious to hear. And I am really trying to not engage too much with the public discourse because, I want to have my own opinions.
yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think that there's a lot of difference between what people are saying and how I feel. Although there's also different conversations happening. There's a lot of opinions out there.
Yeah, there's a lot floating around. I think I'm of the opinion that I've never wanted bombshells to come in so badly in a season.
Oh my God.
The men in particular are so terrible.
They're really bad. I don't know. I was trying to think back to last season and I was I don't know if they were much better though. They did end up kind of being better, but we had Aaron last year.
We had Aaron, but in the beginning with Kaylor, they were kind of cute and settled at least.
Right. We had Cordell.
We had Cordell. Rob was toxic, but it came out more as we went on.
Right.
These guys, some of them are red pill, manipulative, man with a podcast vibes. And I'm
man with a podcast.
I am not happy with it.
Okay, so who do we start with? Let's just get into this. Who should we talk about first?
Well, I guess when we left off, Charlie and Sierra had just joined.
Right. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So they had just joined. They went to the hideaway. And yeah, I don't know if we need to go through all the nitty gritty of what happened. But okay, so maybe we start with Charlie just because get a boring thing out of the way.
Who?
This man.
Yeah. Who would think he'd be in the most stable couple, though?
Well, because Hannah is not very cool. I'll just say it.
Yeah.
I don't like her. I don't think, or it's not even that I don't like her. It's I just don't care about her at all.
No, I don't have an opinion on her, but they are my favorite couple because I hate.
Stop it. Oh my God.
What couple do you like better than them?
Nick and Sierra.
Not buying it.
I think it's going to crash and burn.
Yeah.
I think Sierra's going to get her heart broken, but I like them as people the most.
That's fair.
I like Sierra a lot.
Me too.
I think I've seen some people say they think she's annoying, and I'm just wondering what those people's political affiliation is.
I'm also if you think she's annoying, how are you dealing with pretty much everyone else in this villa?
No, she's well spoken.
Mm-hmm.
She wears her heart on her sleeve, but not in a toxic way. She's pretty open to, she is very understanding of the process in a way that is very difficult for most people on these shows. And she's pretty honest with Nick. I think she probably could have been a little bit more kind of what the fuck about the Bella kissing situation. But
yeah,
even that, I'm I don't even think that was that big of a deal.
No, it's this weird undercurrent in the season where everyone is really serious with each other really fast, but no one seems to like each other that much. And so
yeah,
Nick kissed Bella after Bella opened up and was decided that she was going to actually participate in Love Island and fucking finally, she does a challenge. She's finally kissing people. I'm okay, she realizes the show she's on.
Oh my God.
And then Nick
is she is the way she was going about it was stereotypical purity girl going insane.
Yeah.
In a way that felt out of control and just that challenge was kind of out of control.
Yeah.
But it was there's this toxic other side to purity culture. I mean, there's so many toxic sides of purity
I know.
culture, but one of them is like when you do give it all up, you turn into this like vixen freak.
Yeah.
That's like, you know, ready to give it all up and like be totally like everyone's dream in bed and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, that's just not reality. Like, really, it means you have no experience.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be attractive to someone.
It is. That's where with Nick, it kind of bothered me. It was like, either you like Bella, who is
Right.
conservative purity culture, or you don't. And so the side that her opening up was not her like talking more and being more personality. She made out with everyone in the villa, and you were like, wow, I really saw a different side to her. I think I want to pursue her, aka you think that you can now be physical with her. And it doesn't have to be this like heavy thing. And
no, that was so fucking immature of him.
yeah. And it was good that he didn't pick her ultimately. Like the way he did it was kind of savage, where he had made out with Bella in Soul Ties, and then he made out with Sierra in the photo booth. Yes. And he goes, starting his speech, he's going, you know, I've connected with this girl early on. There was a moment that we shared, and Bella's smiling so big, and he goes, in the photo booth, and her face just drops.
You have to see Mary's meme if you haven't. It's so perfect. I literally laughed out loud when I saw it.
It's
like,
just such a. But
yeah, go ahead.
She has a fan base that I was not expecting. Like
Bella,
people were heartbroken.
I told you. I
know.
told you this.
I know. I'm just like, why? She said
because I think it's reflective. And I think, you know, trying to get into the heads of casting and production, putting the season together. I mean, it's not a secret that this is who Bella is. She starts off with, I'm a Christian and doesn't kiss people in the first challenge. Like, you know, she's very clear about who she is. I think it's reflective of a large subsection of Gen Z.
Yeah.
Who is into purity culture for probably the wrong reasons.
Yeah, we talked about this part a lot, is that we are seeing, now that they're like 25 to 22-year-olds in the villa, we're seeing people who came of age while Trump was in office and got to see this like
so crazy,
very weird, angry, puritanical view. Yeah. Ironically, like Trump is like our biggest slut of a president, like has more baby mamas than anybody. So I just feel like it's this weird shift where, and this person we found on TikTok, Amanda, I don't know if she emailed us about coming on, but if she wants to come on, it's always open. She was saying that like this feels like Peacock is testing out which branch of conservatism is most palatable to the public, because we haven't even talked about on here that Ulissa is just gone.
Oh yeah. It was like Ian's like, Ulissa has left the villa.
She's gone.
And that was it.
And
like
was it.
Literally no one references it. Like even Ace, who was in a couple with her, only says like, well, now I'm single. Yeah. And that was like the only even vague reference from any of the Islanders about it. They clearly were told not to talk about it or they cut any of that out. But yeah, I mean, it's the whole thing with like the purity thing. I did not like when Nick was saying, oh, I wanted to be the first one. It goes back to what I was saying about this like deflowering mentality of like, there's something so hot about like deflowering the perfect virgin that's like disgusting and like just like brings about all these really gross feelings around like what kind of person you want to be having sex with. And like I think if Nick watches that back, I would hope he would be like, maybe think twice about that. I think he's too young to really understand that. Like I think Nick is someone who, if he was on this show in 5 years from now, would be a lot more, I mean, obviously more mature, but like just kind of like a better person.
Yeah. The thing is, he's from Jacksonville, Florida. And my family lives in Jacksonville, and like I love my family so much, but they are New Yorkers living in Jacksonville, and so our frame of reference on like the local Jacksonville people is that is right on brand. Like it is this very like because
it's kind of the South.
It is, it's really close to Georgia. It's like becoming a bigger city, but it's like a pretty small city, and so it's just kind of like this weird combination of like the Florida like surfer vibe, but then also paired with this like undertone of Christianity. And so I just can't really get that out of my head. Like they played a game that was like again referencing body count and like, can we just cut these forever? Like it was like
Oh my God.
taking the cases and arranging them based on like a certain number. And half the time they were clapping because they got it right, but then sometimes they were also clapping because people had like a low number and like
Right.
high respect for themselves and like were like a high value person. And
Oh my God.
Bella reveals that she's only slept with one person, which is like fine. She clearly
Big
needs to be in
fucking
love to have
surprise.
sex with somebody, like whatever your
Right.
journey is. And she goes, can't get no coochie out of this queen, and everyone
my-
claps. And I'm like,
I wanted to like throw things.
Yeah.
And I was so happy when Sierra was like, yeah, I've slept with 22 people. And like anyone who has an issue with this number should probably get laid.
yeah.
Like I have, you know, I have no shame with how many people I've slept with. Like, and I think that I was just like proud of her for saying that in the face of all of this kind of like, oh, it's so good if you like haven't done this, and this. And I told you this over text, and I do have to say it here. The connotation between I am a high value person from someone like Bella is the reason that I have so much trouble with Christianity. It just because you believe in God and follow whatever these things are does not make you a moral person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like morality is not, it is often tied to religion for many people, and in a lot of ways that's a really positive thing. But if you don't subscribe to a religion, it doesn't make you a non-high value person. If you do have sex with people, you know, because you want to, that doesn't make you a low value person.
No.
I think value is such a strange way to refer to who you are anyway.
Yeah.
And it's very holier than thou, which is, it's just a put down. Like basically every time Bella says I'm a high value person, she's putting down every other woman in that villa.
Yeah, and it's very specific language too. Like it's from these podcasts that like
Right.
are like
right.
it's from the podcasts that have the same theme that's like, well, a key can go in any lock, but a lock that takes too many keys is not a functioning lock anymore. It's language from those
wait,
podcasts.
what are these like Maddie Prue's podcasts?
No, like even worse. There's one on TikTok that's like the main one is like the Fresh and Fit podcast, and it's literally like two men with these mics talking about how like
two white men.
no, two black men.
Oh my God.
Talking about how, you know, less aggressive than Andrew Tate because they're not actually trafficking women
Right.
yet. Who knows what'll come? But like,
I mean, yeah.
But-
sorry.
very much like using these metaphors to try to be like, this is how you establish like whatever. And it's like when a man sleeps around, it's experience. When a woman sleeps around, it's like, you know, it's being and saying these things. And I just can't help but think that this stuff has like infiltrated
Yes.
these people, and someone that I didn't think was one of these people that now I do think is one of these people.
Hudda.
No, Ace.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay, let's close the
jumping
loop.
all over the place. Let's close the
Let's
loop.
close
Yeah.
the loop on like Nick and Bella and Sierra. Ultimately, like, so one question I have for you around Nick, because he's the only guy who I've seen not wear like a very large cross around his neck. But are we assuming that he's probably like pretty religious?
I think so. I mean, I would. I don't. Bella was on Nick Viall's podcast.
Yeah.
And she said they had a lot of deep conversations about their values. And if I had to guess, they had conversations
Right.
about Christianity.
Right.
Just a red flag that people are raising is that Bella is in a hotel room in all of these interviews that she's doing.
Stop it.
And
If
her
she comes-
Instagram posted that she doesn't have her phone back. So I think they're going to bring her back for Casa.
No.
She'd be so bad at it. I don't understand.
I'm sorry. Like, I did not enjoy watching her at all.
No, me neither.
Like, I was just getting so mad, whether it was the comments about how she's such a high value person or this whole kind of everything surrounding that, you know, like her whole vibe is like, I'm better than you because I don't do all these things that all of you do on this show that is meant to be fast tracking dating and you're supposed to make out and be messy
Yeah.
and all the rest. Get over yourself, please.
Yeah.
And like, I knew there was a huge following following for her. I could see it in some of the comments in our memes and then just in generally. And it's like she has a fan base for sure. I do also want to say that I like that Nick is a registered nurse.
Me too.
I think that says a lot about someone. And that's where I'm coming from with like, I think he has the potential to really like be a good person and partner to someone. I'm not sure he's really there yet.
Yeah.
And like, I really want it for him and Sierra. And I have this pit in my stomach that like, it's not really going to work out that way. And so that's
We'll
fine.
see. Yeah.
Okay. Charlie and Hannah, though, I have to say, Charlie is another one of this is like my favorite thing to talk on the podcast is like someone who is just so bad in conversation.
Oh,
like
horrible.
Do you remember? Also, by the way, I would like to acknowledge right here that Shelley has said multiple times that she is a musician and an artist and a singer. Mm-hmm. And no men have taken her seriously at all in this villa, including Ace, who has fallen from grace so far, I can't even tell you. But like Charlie, she says like, yeah, I write music. Charlie goes, me too. And just starts talking about that. And he did that exact thing with like 3 other girls in conversation. He'll ask them a question or they'll just say something about themselves and he immediately makes it about himself.
Yeah, no, he is so boring. And he kept being
boring.
like, yeah, I mean, I'm not like the American schoolboy that these girls are used to. And that's why I'm not really making a connection. It's like, if you've watched this show, the guy with an accent makes a fucking killing every single time.
Yes.
You are a good looking guy. You're just an asshole. Like you just have
your personality sucks.
Your personality sucks. Like you had a gold mine coming in. All of these couples didn't really like each other that much.
Right.
You're a good looking guy with an accent and you still couldn't do it because you suck. Like,
yeah.
And that's
nobody liked you.
No.
Like you were like, yeah, it's like, it really boils down to like, you're attractive, you have an accent, all the things are there, but no one wants to hang out with you except for Hannah, which tracks.
It works.
And like, honestly, if those two end up winning this fucking show because of whatever, I mean, honestly, I have not seen those two have a real conversation yet, but that's kind of who those two people are, I think. So it'll work for them.
Yeah, it'll work.
But I'm just like, every time they come on my screen, every time there's like a scene with them, I stop paying attention, honestly. I just don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we talk about Ace? Let's talk about Ace. Let's just get it out of the way.
I originally thought it was funny that he was like preying on Jeremiah's downfall. Like I thought it was hilarious that he was always like poking the bear when it came to Jeremiah. Then him and Shelley know each other, as we talked about. They've been flirting with each other on and off.
Right.
Ace goes before Austin at the fire pit.
Recoupling, yeah.
And he says, I had all these deep conversations with this woman. We've been connecting. And picks Amaya.
Unbelievable.
Him and Amaya's conversation, and he goes, I like your laugh. She goes, thanks. I like to laugh when things are funny.
Amaya is wild. Like, I can't stand her, I have to say.
She's like, regardless of how I feel about her, and we will talk about how we feel about her, because it is just like, I cannot believe she's gotten to 25 years old like this. This is like...
The energy is so frenetic.
It's so frenetic. She has beautiful eyes. They are the craziest eyes I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yes.
She seemed normal during the challenge. Like the part during the challenge I was like focused on was that like Huda was like giving her the middle finger and was calling her a bitch right away. So which
was totally uncalled for.
Totally uncalled for, and we'll talk about Huda, obviously.
Yes.
So I automatically am like in defense of Amaya. I'm like, okay, like she's just a bombshell. She's coming in here to do her job. As soon as she opened her mouth, I was like
I do think like her and Austin might be a good fit. He like really likes her.
Yeah.
But like Ace, your meme was so on point with this, by the way. Just like, why did you pick this woman just to immediately tell her, I'm not interested in actually exploring anything with you?
Yeah. He's
like, I'm going to keep you at an arm's length. I don't want to cuddle. I don't want to do this. I'm a slow burner. blah, 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 blah. Like, basically being like, don't try anything with me. I'm not actually interested.
But like in pursuit of her was doing all of those things and then
Yes.
now is coupled up with her because he probably thought Shelley would chase him after, which is like, if you
Is that what's going on?
I have no idea. Like
Shelley should run.
Shelley, get out of there. We'll talk about her too. She's the prettiest person. Like her face doesn't even make sense. She's so beautiful.
And has a great personality. Yeah. Like she really has it all.
Yeah.
And these men are such fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Like I have been seeing comments. Have you seen these? Oh wait, no, it's not about Shelley. Never mind. Okay. Everyone wants a bombshell for Shelley.
Oh, I bet. But I mean, she needs one. Like none of these guys in the villa, it's like
no.
Ace's conversation with Amaya, he was talking to her so slowly, so dismissively, like she was a child. And she calls everybody babe. She was doing that the day before. She's very touchy. And he's like, you just said you call your boyfriends babe. Like, don't call me babe. I'm not your boyfriend. And she's like, I'm not saying you're my boyfriend. Like, I call my boyfriends babe, but I also call my friends babe. And everyone in here were like, just like that. And he's like, yeah, no, don't do that with me. Like, and he does the thing that we're seeing a lot, which is he takes something from like therapy speak and weaponizes it against another person. He goes, I'm setting a boundary and you are not respecting it. And it's like, your boundary cannot be, I'm going to be an asshole to you after I just asked you to couple up with me. Like that.
Right. And like, this is where I'm like, Amaya, I wish you could like keep it together a little bit more. Like, because especially in that first conversation where literally they have just recoupled, it's like that night is when he pulls her aside to say, essentially, I'm not really interested. And she's like, honestly, I don't like this. It's giving player vibes. Yeah. Which was so true. She was absolutely on point with that. And like her conversational style, though, is so volatile and she does not let the other person speak at all that it like immediately creates even more of a heated situation where she can't, even though she has good thoughts and opinions and ideas that she should be able to share, she can't effectively do that because Ace is getting cut off when he's trying to speak.
Yeah, he is manipulative. Like,
yes,
even in his conversation with Huda, when he said to her, no, he says about her in the confessional, it was a good conversation this time, but if it happens again, it'll be a very different conversation. And I'm like,
so
why are you threatening her?
It's so like, yeah, he gives like major misogynistic.
It's not
like,
good.
Not actually. He really is good at like coming off as this like really great, wholesome guy. And, you know, this is the type of show where your true colors will be revealed in the way you move. And I mean, I just like, I want him out. Like, no, I want him voted out.
He's like a danger to the women in there. And like,
agree. I totally agree.
It's so bad that like Austin, who we know has trash opinions about women from his outside behavior, like if I didn't know any of that, I would like him one of the best. These guys,
it's so crazy.
Which is like, I'm like, is this intentional? Like, am I being too like,
right?
Am I being like too woke where I'm like, did Peacock purposely cast like the black men as the villains?
I don't think Jeremiah's a villain.
In his own way.
I think he's being an idiot, but I don't think he's like a villain. I think Austin is like good by comparison to all these other dudes,
which is bad.
Like the part where he like fucking threw a fit when Shelley was talking to Ace was really gross to me and very controlling a little bit. I do think he listens better than a lot of the other men and actually sees Shelley for who she is. There's a whole thread in our comments on one of our memes of like people who are like, one person's like, I think I like Austin, I don't get it. And then someone's like, well, this is actually what happened with him ahead of time, which is like super supportive MAGA stuff, outwardly reposting anti-trans. Like, what was the stuff? I wasn't clear to me. Like, did he post like racist content about black women?
He reposted stuff about like black women being stupid and aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, when I hear that, it's like, I don't even care what I'm seeing in the villa. I just like, that's not real life.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that's dangerous. Like when you are willing to like post that stuff online and make it a part of your like political identity and how you feel. Like, you don't need to be posting videos about how Black women are aggressive and blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't need to be doing that, and you can still be MAGA. So when you take the step to do that, it's, like, particularly scary and harmful, I think.
It's also just, he's also gravitating towards the Black woman in the villa. Like, he's romantically pursuing Shelley. And then when he needs advice, he goes to Amaya and, like, seeks comfort from Amaya. And Shelley and Amaya don't know that he has these views and opinions.
And they won't know.
And Austin's social media is deleted. And so whoever is managing his account decided to just purge it. And
I mean, they're going to find out.
Of course they're going to find out. But it's just like, that's a betrayal to them, is that the person that they are getting to know in this villa, where he's getting to know them as real people and realizing that, like, oh my God, these are like great people.
Right.
Outside of all these outside influences, was willing to sell them out for views and reposts and whatever in the outside world. And that's like such a...
I mean, if I saw like that type of content about my identity as a minority from someone I was romantically involved with, like, that would be like the reddest of the reddest flag.
Oh yeah.
And I wouldn't be able to continue. And just knowing who Shelley is, and even Amaya, even though I like can't really stand Amaya, I don't think she's a bad person.
No.
I think they would feel like really disrespected by that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Time will tell. I feel like Casa is going to be a fucking shit show.
I feel like it's also just going to be like a full reset, because it's like, who will
It
even
has to be
together after Casa? Like, these couples are so, like, Shelley is with Austin right now. They have no romantic connection to each other.
No.
They are just like passing time, being friends. And Austin is like confusing, because he's like teaching her how to meditate. And he's like, yeah, I learned this during my psychedelic phase. I was like, what? You had a psychedelic phase and you still ended up as a Trump voter? Like,
I know. I see those things going together in some ways, especially where I live. But that didn't surprise me. But he is an enigma.
He's a mismatch.
Say. Like it's unclear what's going on. And like, here's what I want to believe. Like, I want to believe that Austin can come out of this experience and all the inevitable hate he's going to get online after he comes out of this villa, and like, I will allow him to change. Maybe he can change and like right some of these wrongs. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
but like, I can't trust it right now. I'm like, yeah, I can see why people like him, but I'm also just like, I think it's just like the least bad of a bunch of bad things.
Like, I can't enjoy it because of like what we know, because
yes,
it's just not fun to watch.
It's not.
Him pursue Shelley.
Shelley's not into it.
No, she's not into it, but
she's biding her time.
She just needs something, like, she needs someone better to come in and start fresh, because like Ace is also not it. Like,
no, I want a bombshell to come in who is like a piece of Shelley, and I want them to get on like a house on fire, and I want whoever that is to win.
Yeah. I would love it.
That's what I want. Well, whether it'll happen, who knows? Okay. Olandria is such a fucking star.
I love her. She's everything you want in TV.
Oh my God. And she's so genuine.
She's so smart.
She's so smart. She always has the right thing to say. She's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
And she's with the dud of all duds of this season. Taylor gives literally nothing.
Them pretending to like each other is the funniest shit I've ever watched on TV. Like, I've never seen two people, without openly saying it, be like, we're just riding our time until someone else gets here.
Right.
And like, they're like, should we go to the photo booth and like kiss?
Oh my God.
And their kisses like don't match up. They want to do different things at different times. Like, it's so fucking funny for them to just sit there totally deadpan and be like, yeah, I like where this is going. I feel like we click really well. It's so funny.
But at least Olandria like has a personality in the villa. Taylor is like not giving. Like, I want Taylor to just go. There's also been like stuff released about him basically telling a girl that he was seeing before the island that he was coming right back to them.
Yeah.
Which, like, okay, you know, there's different levels of like what went on before the island. And I think it's like if you were dating someone and you knew it wasn't going to work out and you left and they're like shocked to see you, like that's not really a huge deal.
Yeah.
But I do think it is a little sketch when you're like, I'm going to be right back.
And when he's like, I'm just going because it'll help with modeling.
Yes. It's just like.
And I don't think it's going to because he's not like
No.
serving in there.
He's a perfect example of someone whose personality is so bad that like it totally ruins any attractive qualities that he has physically.
Yeah.
Like it's just I can't unsee how much I dislike him.
My friend was like, is the hat a bit? Because it feels like he keeps getting bigger. I'm like,
It's just there's just nothing there's nothing he's just like taking up space in the villa at this point.
he doesn't offer much. And he's also like,
He doesn't offer anything.
after the pie and kiss game, and he kissed Amaya, and he goes back to the guys and he goes, ugh, I didn't even want to do it. I'm like, why are we being so mean to the girls? Like, what?
I don't, and that's the other thing where, yeah, it's like, it's almost like a Bella situation. Like, what are you doing here?
What are you doing?
Like, why are you here? What is this? Get out.
Yeah,
you
I don't know.
Like,
Get
I
away
hope
from
that,
Elandria.
Yeah, I hope they bring in 2 new boys.
I saw
One
that the
for Shelley,
bombshells are
one
girls.
for Olandria.
The bombshells are girls again.
Are you joking?
I saw in the preview they only showed girl bombshells so far. So we got Charlie and Sierra came together. Then we got Amaya and Hannah. So we've gotten
Yes.
1 boy and 3 girls.
And like the worst boy ever.
And only 1 girl has left. So I don't understand the math of it.
Oh my God. We need to start a campaign. I want Taylor gone. I want Ace gone.
And Austin.
And I want Austin gone. And it's crazy to me that of those 3, it's in that order.
I know.
Like Austin is my last choice to leave at this point.
Yeah, I feel like I can stand Tyler more than Austin because Taylor more than Austin because I like don't know anything bad politically about Taylor.
That's
and like
true. That's true.
Him and Olandria seem to be on the same page with each other.
Right.
Like, I don't think he's playing her.
That's true.
I think that they're just like
helping each
there's
other.
no one there for them. And she says the funniest shit all the time. Like when they're sitting in the dressing room and it's the day after Bella Dasha has gone. And Sierra's like, and she's, and she sees Sierra sitting in the room. And Olandria still goes, yeah, and I was surprised he sent her home. They were kissing each other down in the,
and then she's like, like she really just like was not thinking about it.
She
and
just
it's
said
like,
it.
No one could be mad at her. She's just so, I don't know. She's a bright light. I really love her.
She also, my favorite line is Huda is like talking about her date with Jeremiah, which we'll get into. And the whole time Olandria's sitting there, they go, oh, that's great. That's great. And she goes, in her confessional, she goes, although I'm not one to feed my friends delusions, I'll feed it to this girl. Okay, this is not my friend.
Yeah.
She's delusional.
Right.
I'll give it to her.
Right. She can have it. Like, okay, we got to talk about Huda and Jeremiah.
Well, just like one final thing about Olandria. Like,
oh, yes.
and this is getting into the Jeremiah and Huda, like where they are now. I don't think it was Nick's comments that made Jeremiah go like mildly nonverbal for some reason at the end of the episode.
Right.
It really was what Olandria said to him, where she was like, you know, when you date someone with a child, you're dating the child and
Right.
that child's other parent.
Right.
And
It's a package deal.
I think that
she
got
said.
Jeremiah thinking about how little he knows about Huda at this point
Right.
and what he could be getting into, like, on the outside.
And like, who's this other guy?
Yeah.
Like, oh wait, am I actually like as attached to this person as I'm pretending I am?
Yeah.
Like, Jeremiah is so immature and dumb. I actually don't hate the guy. I think he has an issue with love bombing
Yep.
that he needs to work on. I think he likes to be in love and he likes to like say the right thing.
Yeah.
He likes to be he's kind of a people pleaser, really.
He's definitely a people pleaser. He definitely wants to win. Like when
Yes.
Huda finally, as if she's admitting she's dying of cancer, finally admits that she is a child, which like,
Yes.
I want to know how you feel about her handling of that situation, because the internet has thoughts and I have thoughts.
Okay.
And he goes, well, now we got to win this thing. And I'm
Right,
like,
which is like he's so fixated on that. Like there's definitely ulterior motives going on. In terms of like, so are we talking like should Huda have told him sooner or
Yeah.
not? Yeah, I mean, in one of our I think our first recap about this, I said, and I still feel it's like, I'm a mom, but I'm not a single mom. So I don't really know what that experience is like in terms of then dating people and, bringing my child into that process. I think that it's a bold move to join a reality dating show like this, number one, with a small child who's the same age as my oldest, basically. It's a bold move for like to commit to being away for that long is like, I don't think I could do that, honestly.
And according to her tattoo, she's missing her daughter's 5th birthday.
Oh my God. So that's hard. And I don't like Huda.
No.
So I'm just going to be very transparent about that. I don't like her.
And we wanted to.
I really wanted to. I really wanted to be in this women's court. So, that's a choice. And then it's also a choice. It's almost like manipulative in some ways to be like, I'm going to make this person fall in love with me before I tell them this very important, like life altering, changing information.
Yeah.
It does not get more serious than bringing a child into the picture. And like, I think she understands that, but I also think she was like, oh, I can kind of like manipulate my way through the situation.
Yeah.
And putting herself in a very vulnerable spot, and by default, her child as well.
Yeah.
Which is really hard to watch, and I don't think she really thought that through. Like, I wonder if she would do it differently if she had a second chance to, like, let's say, okay, she's on the show, whatever. But like, would she have led with that information?
Yeah, I think like I agree with you. I think that Huda, where she loses me is that she's also love bombing Jeremiah. They're love bombing each other.
Yes.
And he's doing that because he like does that. He's told 10 women he loves them before. Like he clearly does this.
Yeah.
And he wants to win the show, which is why a lot of people love bomb. She's love bombing so that when someone finds out she has a kid, they don't leave her.
Yes.
And I same thing. I don't know what it's like to deal with trying to date as a single mom. I'm sure you deal with so much bullshit of people being like, never, like whatever.
100%.
But I also think you do have to date with that information out there because you could be exposing your child to someone that is going to be entirely dismissive of them and treat your child like they are in the way.
Right. And like, you have to take care of yourself as a parent. Like, I think this is so important. What's the like saying, like, you need to like take care of yourself before you can take care of others. And like, in a way, when you're making yourself that vulnerable, like, let's say this was the real world and she starts dating someone and they're like this intense without knowing the child first. And then you tell them and they break your heart. Like, you're not going to be able to show up as like a great parent.
No.
After that, and like, and it's not that like, oh, like love is messy, and it's not like that single people shouldn't have heartbreak. Like, of course, everyone, like, you can't really control that, but there are like decisions you can make. And I think just watching this, it's like on any of these shows, and we've seen single parents before, like, it almost feels like, what's the reason not to tell?
Yeah.
It's always like, oh, I want them to get to know me first. Well, it's like, you're
a parent.
You're a parent. That's who you are.
Yeah, you live with a child. Like you are not a normal 24-year-old who has all their time to themselves, and after the villa we're going to get to travel whenever we want and we can take whatever brand deal, and like, I live in LA, but sure, she can come visit me whenever she wants. Like, those are the relationships that are expected when you leave this situation, that like, you two can travel the world together and take every single opportunity together, and Huda can't do that. And that's a very different relationship that you're asking someone to sign up for, that they should know that they're signing up for, because now she got Jeremiah they got so wrapped up in each other that if he had broken up with her then, he would have been an asshole. And yeah.
And he knows that.
And he knows that. And so now he's committed no matter what.
Right.
But this is where Nick and Olandria have kind of given him the out, where they're like, oh, we think she's doing something weird. So, and she is doing something weird. Like she's manipulating the whole narrative. Like before she told him that she was a parent, she started being like, oh, everyone calls us the mom and dad of the villa. No one calls them that.
No.
And like planting in the head, dad, dad, dad.
Oh, it's so weird.
And then like when they go on their date to the amusement park, Ariana confirmed that it was day 9 by the time they went on their date, 9 days.
Right.
She says, I could imagine us moving in together after. And he goes, yeah, I could see like doing long distance for a little bit. And then like if it goes well, we move to the same city. And then after that, we move in together. And she goes back to the villa and she says, and me and Jeremiah talked about moving in together.
Wild.
And Landry goes, oh, and Shelley both go, oh, he did? Like...
Well, what was the other thing that was like really stood out to me? This is when like the cracks are starting to show with them, is like after the recoupling when Nick chooses Sierra over Bella and Huda loses it because her and Bella are very close.
Yeah.
And she clearly sees it as like this huge betrayal on Nick's part, where I'm like, I don't really think there's a big deal here. I don't think it's a big deal that he made out in soul ties and then made out in the photo booth. Like it's day 4 or 5 at this point. Like let's like take a chill pill, everyone.
Yeah, let's relax.
Her and Jeremiah are like talking about it afterwards, and she's just like, I just can't believe, it's just like so disappointing to know that like men are like that or can be like that.
It's
and Jeremiah's
like
what? He's kind of just like, wait a minute, like these unrealistic standards that like you have for people and how they should behave, like right off the bat. It's like Jeremiah's starting to like, I think, see through that a little bit more. Maybe it's a little too convenient that it's after he's been given this information that is ultimately hard for him. But like, I do think he's been put in a tough spot. Like, I don't think he's moved like in all the best ways in the villa, and he probably shouldn't have gone in so hard and fast with someone right away, but he was going with the information he had.
Yeah, I mean, they decided both to be very serious right away, and like they went for it, and like, it's day 4 and Huda is like flipping off the bombshells for kissing him and being like, they can see how strong me and Jeremiah's relationship is. It's like, you're not engaged. And then, they have, he shuts down and doesn't talk to her at the end of episode 7, which like, he obviously should be communicating with her. Like he shouldn't just like, shake her hand when she comes up to him. That was weird. But her being like, this isn't how you usually act towards me. How do you usually hold me? Like he's never treated me like that ever. I'm like, you've known him for a little bit more than a week.
So intense.
You don't know how he communicates at all. Like, to be
I mean, I think he was kind of like, I am like this, so I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. When I'm having like a disagreement with Patrick, I often will like get very quiet.
Yeah.
Because I need to like sort my thoughts out before I can like express them in a way that I want to. And I just felt like I could see that on Jeremiah's face. Like he was just kind of like,
he's a little bit
in the
shut down.
moment trying to sort through some things, and then Huda's coming at him like, you're not acting normal, you're not doing the things you normally do, like what's going on, blah blah blah. And I think he just needed to like be alone.
Yeah.
And so it like makes it even worse. So like I really like kind of felt that interaction. I also just like, with the Huda thing, the way she immediately went after Amaya after the challenge, where she comes in as a bombshell as being the problem in that instead of like Jeremiah, which like, I don't think, to be clear, I don't think Jeremiah did anything wrong.
It's the game.
But it's like, if you need loyalty from someone, it's not about to be the bombshell whose job is to come in and like take someone's man.
Yeah. And she
like,
don't
blame the woman.
Very quickly went from hiding the fact that she's a child to using the fact that she is a child for the reason that no bombshell should ever come between her and Jeremiah. And it's like...
And no other woman in the villa put Jeremiah in their bases.
No.
Not one other woman did it because they're fucking afraid of Huda.
Because it's like not worth it. It's like...
It's not worth it.
He doesn't seem that entertaining. If they're that wrapped up in each other, it's not worth it to get to know each other. That was the first time that bombshells have ever entered during a challenge. And they definitely did it on purpose because
Yes.
Because the girls in the house were like, it's not worth it to piss Huda off. Like,
Right.
and we know she's a mom and she's going to use that against us. And so we don't even want to get to know Jeremiah that bad. Like, and so they
Right.
needed
Like
new people
we're
to
not
come
even
in.
going to mess with that.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure many of them find him attractive.
Of
I mean, the
course.
man is hot.
Yeah, of course. He's very hot.
Yeah. So like it was just interesting because like it wasn't interesting. It was disappointing because I expected her to have that reaction and then she had that reaction.
Yeah.
And it's just another checkbox in this season of people acting in this like Stone Age way where like women are like the worst and misogyny rules the day and purity culture is the way to do everything. And I'm just like, where are we going as a society? Like, I grew up at a time as like, you know what, I'm on the older millennial spectrum where like like purity culture was trying to be dismantled in so many important ways, and conversations about sexuality and sexual health and access for women and being able to express yourself and be on a more level playing field with men was like so important. And it's just, it feels like we've taken 15 steps back.
Yeah. I mean, if Roe v. Wade got overturned in 2022 and
Right.
these kids are
Children. Kids.
This was, only 3 years ago, but if you're 22 years old, this happened when you were a teenager. And
That's so wild when you think about it that way.
And it was a big cultural shift. Like, it just marked the way that women's bodies and women's healthcare can be completely disregarded, and it's their fault for acting a certain way anyway. And
Right.
this very like holier than thou attitude, and this is what they've grown up with. Like, I'm always like, oh, it sucked, I grew up with the 2000s, like all these body issue stuff. I'd rather take the body issue shit than this sexual purity straight. Like, not that body stuff doesn't happen now,
No.
but like,
Yeah.
I feel like how skinny everyone was in the 2000s and how much that tormented me. I would take that 1,000 times over this
Right.
purity culture of like shoving everything down, where women have to make themselves so small and like their
Yes.
rights are secondary to like literally everybody. And
That is what it is.
yeah.
It's making women small again. Like, in the figurative term, like making women's place in the world as small as it can be again, letting misogyny and the patriarchy take over.
Yeah.
Which was already happening, and we were trying to push against it. And it just feels like I don't even know where that conversation is anymore. And I have to say, watching this show with a bunch of Gen Z kids, like, fucking ruining that.
Yeah.
I am like so disappointed. And let me tell you how even more disappointing it is to see that coming from the only single parent on the show.
Yeah, you're teaching your daughter. It's like you're teaching your daughter how to talk to other women, and you
Right.
talk to other women this way. It's also like,
Oh my God, so true.
she should be proud of herself for being a mom, and like whatever decision drew her there. But
Right.
it is this like narrative that we also see in conservative media that like having the baby is like the only choice.
Right.
And obviously this is her child. She was meant to have this child. That's how she
Right.
felt. But there are plenty of 19-year-olds who get pregnant that do not want to be a mom at that time, do not have the resources to be a mom at that time, and
Right.
don't.
Right.
And it's almost like with everything mixed together, I'm
Yes.
worried that the message is that like, I'm such a good person because I did this.
Right.
And it's like, well, really, like, having a child is one of the most narcissistic things you can do. Like, my husband and I like looked at each other and we were like, you know what? More of us. Like, so
Do it. I want more of me. And she even refers to her as her mini me.
she's just like me. That's why she's so cool.
She likes makeup.
Yeah.
She likes blah. I'm just like, even that, like, you know how I feel about
Yeah.
that type of conversation for women. Like, oh, it's so hard. Like, I actually really am having a hard time watching her.
Me too.
And I had a super hard time with Bella, and it's no surprise to me that they were besties.
No. And people are like, don't vote Huda out. I want to see her spiral in Casa. I feel like the spiral in Casa would be so damaging to womankind that I don't want to see it.
No, I absolutely don't. I have no interest in that. It will just be like because I'm not on her side, you know? Like, I don't, it will just be like, cringy. The whole thing will just be so cringe. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather see other people. Honestly, if they brought in like if they replaced like half of the cast with new bombshells before Casa, that probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
No, I agree, and I think they should. And I don't know why they haven't. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why it's taking so long.
I don't know why it's taking so long, and I really cannot believe they're bringing 2 more girls in.
Yeah.
With these garbage men all over the place.
I just am disappointed in the turn it's taken this season to be, and
Right.
maybe I want to listen to this back and be like, Mary, you're being like too annoying and picky about stuff, but I can't get politics out of my head. Like, it's been
No,
a
I
tough
mean,
week
it is
politically. Like,
inherently a
it's-
part of this.
Yeah, it's intertwined in this, and like,
This is the world we live in.
yeah,
It's you can't separate them.
and I know it's going to be like, oh, here's 2 women taking down another woman. I'm not taking Huda down because she's a woman.
Oh my God, no.
I'm taking her down because of the way she treats other women.
Yeah.
And it's not a hall pass to be manipulative. Like,
No.
and I think it started out that like it looked like Jeremiah was being more manipulative, and I think as the episodes have gone on, he's
No.
revealed himself to be like kind of stupid.
He's
and
a dumbass.
Huda seems pretty smart and
Yes.
is manipulating the situation for her. She's gonna lose her shit when she leaves, like, because I don't think she's gonna believe the way that people are perceiving her actions. Like, I don't
Yeah,
think she
do you
sees
think
this
she's
coming.
like, people are just loving me?
Well, someone pointed out that she's like farming for sound bites.
Oh,
When her and
okay.
Olandria had that first fight, when like Jeremiah's the only guy that didn't stand up to recouple with Sierra.
Right.
And she's like, what's this shit? Like, you guys are queens. You don't deserve this. And Landry was like, don't make a big deal out of it. We've known them for 3 days. Like, relax.
Yeah, like, we're okay. You don't need to do She's like, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, like, Huda was trying to have
Which I love.
one of those, like, you know,
Yes.
fire pit clip moments. And, like, that's just, like, not really happening.
No, I mean, yeah, I guess it is the silver lining is that, like, it seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, like, generally people are kind of over Huda too. Like, it's not just you and me.
Yeah, it's interesting because whenever it's a comment defending her, it's the same comment. It's the Huda
Right.
hate is so forced every single time defending her. And I haven't done enough
Oh.
research to back this up, but that usually means bot.
Right.
And
if
someone
it's
purchasing a bot to comment
Yeah.
the same
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
I could totally see that, like, actually being a real thing.
Because she's
like,
an Instagram person.
She is. Yeah. I think it's going to, I mean, if nothing else, it's sort of interesting just seeing how this is all going and how it's going to play out. I think production, I mean, I just want to know what Ariana thinks.
Ariana's
You know.
favorites.
Well, she said Ace was one of her favorites
Yeah, that changed a lot.
over the weekend,
Yeah,
which
that
I
changed.
think she would probably take back at this
She
point.
definitely would. And then there was a video where someone was criticizing Olandria's behavior for like coming at Huda when all she said was like, don't do all that.
Yeah.
And Ariana commented, oh no, I'm in enemy territory. So clearly.
Yeah, no, she also said she loves Olandria, and like, yes,
Yeah.
we are totally on the same side with that.
We love Olandria.
The other interesting thing from I keep wanting to say Watch What Happens Live. That's not what it is. It's After Sun.
Mm-hmm.
Is that and I have one more thing to say about that. Is that there was this weird thing where like Janae and Serena are coming back and they were
so
like
annoying.
PPG, but where's the G? And it was like people assumed it was shade about Leah, which like when I heard it I was like, is that what they're talking about? Like there's no way that's what they're talking about. But then everyone was like, that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And like Leah's like posting pictures of her and Miguel doing some like nerdy project
Yeah.
in their apartment.
She's like, I don't care about this. And like Sally had to like
She's like,
apologize.
I'm fine.
Sally was like, I'm so sad he came across that way. I love Leah. It's like, I get that you had to read a script, but like, how else did you think that was going to come across? Like,
Oh my God. Sully is like not doing it for me. I fucking hate Callum.
I hate
I don't
Callum.
know who that other woman is, but I like her the most.
she was really annoying on her season, but she has come around a bit. Like, she was one of those people that was like obsessed with being like small pocket rocket, and like
Oh, I hate
her whole personality was how tiny she was, and she was crazy.
Right.
Honestly, her season of Love Island Australia was great. She was paired with this, I think his name was Al. I want to say his
so
name was
funny to me.
Al, and he just had like no life behind the eyes. Like he was
Wow.
really hot, but he was just like there'd just be clips of him, and he'd be like. Honestly, that was hilarious. Let me see what his name was.
So Sophie Monk did host, and we love Sophie Monk, and it was a little awkward. Just I don't know, the vibe was a little weird, and I don't think it was her. I think it was Sally and Callum.
Yeah.
But they did this whole bit in the beginning where like Maura Higgins like calls Sophie Monks like I'm busy doing something like blah blah blah. And here's where like, and I've been clocking this from the beginning. They're really like hitting hard on the Traitors crossover vibes. And Maura Higgins is rumored to be on the next season of Traitors, which we are so obsessed with. That's why she's not there. And also like, did you get like major Traitors vibes in the first day when Ariana's going around tapping people?
Oh,
when they're
100%.
Folded. I almost made a meme about it, like her and Alan Cumming.
Yeah, like tapping on the shoulder.
I love it. I'm so here for
Here
it.
are
It's all Peacock.
The leaked cast members
Of Traitors?
Yeah.
Okay, hit me. Who
Maura
is it?
Higgins.
Love it.
She will do amazing things on Traitors. Ian Terry of Big Brother. I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Tiffany Mitchell, Big Brother. Colton Underwood. Let's not forget that this
Colton?
man stalked someone.
Are we joking? I hope he gets destroyed
I hope he gets
somehow.
him because he's really stupid.
Yes.
Lisa Rinna. Monet
That is a house.
Exchange from RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay.
Donna Kelsey.
Who's that?
Travis and Jason Kelsey's mom.
Wow.
Janae Craig.
We love.
Nick
We love-
Vial.
Janae, wow.
Nick Vial and Paige DeSorbo.
Nick is not on it. Stop it.
I hope not. He would have had to pause his podcast, right? And he never
Oh.
did.
Yeah. There's no way he could have done that.
No, because they're about to go in. So
Unless they're like all in Scotland somehow. But no, he's definitely still in LA.
no, because you only get a half hour of phone time a week.
Oh, I'm obsessed with Paige though.
Paige would be great at it.
Oh, okay. Well, those are some good names. I want Janae to win. Wouldn't that be amazing if
Oh, I'd be
Janae
so
won?
happy for her.
It would be so funny if Janae won.
Here's like a good example of Christianity on this show. Janae and Kenny prayed together every morning in the villa.
Yes.
Did they
I
make
mean,
it their whole fucking thing? No.
This is what I'm saying. I have grown up with like, we have all grown up. If you live in America, you've had Christianity around you your entire life.
Yeah.
If you live in the world, you probably have had Christianity around you your entire life. There's nothing bad about that. It's like, what are the messages though that are coming directly from that? And you know, this is the rise of evangelicalism and this certain brand of Christianity that is pushing these very harmful ideas that are making women small again.
Yep.
That's what I am not here for. Janae and Kenny were none of that.
No, they were not that at all.
I am so happy for you that you have this connection and that's who you are. And you do that and you do it openly, but it's not your whole personality.
Yep.
You know? I'm here for that. We're all here
I
for
love
that.
it.
It's just like, I don't know. If Bella comes back, which, you know, it sounds like she's going to.
Hopefully she uses her real voice instead of whatever weird.
Oh my God. That's the other thing is like the like black speak thing that she's doing is it's so hard to listen to.
Yeah.
Everything about her is just like difficult.
It's hard to watch someone be uncomfortable in their own skin for extended periods of time and using a black scent and like hiding behind I'm a Christian, so I'm not going to be vulnerable. It's like, it's hard to watch anyone act like that.
You're so right. It's hard to watch someone who is so uncomfortable in their own skin.
Yeah.
That is what she is.
Yeah, and that just really bothers me. I have something to clarify to you.
Okay.
So I texted you that when Jeremiah and Olandria are talking on the dock, the subtitles on Peacock, and I'm making my memes at the same time, so I'm always like...
You're in and out.
In and out.
Yeah.
The subtitles on Peacock said, Huda's going to tell Nick so I can get a dad's perspective. But Jeremiah said guy's perspective.
Oh my God. That is evil, Peacock.
The Peacock captions.
I've had to turn the subtitles off.
They're so terrible. They're so laggy. Like,
they're so laggy.
Abigail of Bachelor in Paradise, like Bachelor fame. Oh my God, there's a Bachelor in Paradise cast. Should we talk about it next week?
Oh my God. Yeah. We can't. We have to talk about Bravo's Love Hotel, so we will talk about
We'll talk about it
VIP,
next
though.
week. she was watching because she's deaf. She wanted to have her hearing aids out for the night. She had to watch through Instagram and film it on Instagram Live and have it generate captions through Instagram because it was that bad.
But this, like last year, it wasn't like that.
No, and
I always watch with subtitles. I would have remembered if it was so bad I couldn't watch it.
Yeah,
like,
it's totally unacceptable for a
it's not
platform
live.
as big as Peacock to not have the major accessibility tool available to people. Like for us, it's like
Totally
I just out of
agree.
habit watch with subtitles on.
Right.
For people that can't hear, like how could you just like deprive them of that situation? Like, and you're a major network, and
Yeah.
I watched it back the next day,
Right.
and the subtitles were still messed up.
No, it's like you have enough resources to like have someone go in and correct them
Yeah.
and make them show up at the right times on the screen.
This is the most
It's not
watched
that
show on your
hard.
network. Like,
Yeah.
figure it out.
Figure it out. I agree. I think it's totally ridiculous. So yeah, we're recording right now on Thursday. There's a episode that maybe just finished airing
Yeah.
or is airing.
Let me
right
check if there was a
now.
vote tonight so we can both vote.
Oh my god! If there's a vote, I'm like.
Well,
I
you
need
can
to
vote
know.
without watching.
I'm totally voting.
No.
I don't. I mean,
No vote.
how much could have changed? I guess if there's new bombshells.
If there are bombshells, no vote yet.
Like, when are we gonna be able to vote?
Why
I've
haven't
been
we voted
waiting.
yet?
I keep thinking, oh, maybe I missed it, but then I haven't.
Hasn't happened.
Anyway, Love Island, the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Okay, Bravo's Hotel. We are in the home stretch here. This show is so unserious. I know I say that every week, but like, they're like, we have to pick someone.
When they're doing the countdown where it's like 48 hours until checkout, 24 hours till checkout, and it's Shannon crying with rollers in, I'm just like, I can't take seriously the fact that she's sobbing because she has rollers in. Like,
Yes. Like the biggest rollers I've ever seen, too.
Yeah.
Like on top of her head. I mean, let's start there. If she takes that guy back, it's just like, Shannon, you were asking for it. Like, he has shown you what, not even who he is, but like what this relationship dynamic will be.
Yeah.
Which is extremely toxic and not good for either of you.
it's
and like
read my
your
mind
old-
or I'm mad at you. Like,
Exactly.
it's really bad.
Yeah, like I do agree with her that like, how the hell was she supposed to? She went off of what he was telling her, which was, my house is going to be fine. I'm going to bed early. You go out and have fun.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what she did.
She danced on a table at 3 a.m. because on top of this experience wrapping up with the men, she's also wrapping up her experience with 3 friends.
Yes.
Like,
and we know Shannon likes to party. Like, let her have fun.
let her have fun. It's also like hurricane damage is devastating. I
Yes.
understand that, and it's very stressful to deal with.
Yes.
No one was home. No one got
No.
hurt. You were not there. She didn't know it was going to hit your house. You said
Yeah.
it's not going to make landfall. Thank God.
Right.
Why would she then assume she has to stay home with you?
No, when you are literally also telling her everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay for us not to spend this night together.
Yeah.
And then the first thing out of his mouth is, I just expected you to want to spend the night with me.
Like, I didn't want to have to ask. It's like sometimes you have to ask.
oh my God. Also, it's like, Earl, you are gross.
Yeah. It's also
Like, what are we fighting for here?
It's also like Earl, if you watch this back, you wouldn't want to be with her either. Like,
No.
when Luann goes, I didn't know Earl had a second home. She goes, it's St. Petersburg. It's not even on the water.
Oh my God. I know. Like, nothing. Even if somehow she chooses him in the end because there are literally no other options for her, like, they're definitely not going to make it any, like, they're not together.
No,
like, we can just be sure about that.
It has to be over. Like,
It has to be over. It just has to be. Now, Luann and James, on the other hand.
she came to bat for James this episode. The preview made it sound like Luann was going to buy into all these guys talking shit on James.
No.
She did not. That's her man.
She was like, I'm leaving this conversation. Where is James? Get me out of here.
The
Like,
psychotherapist was like, he does not treat you well. Like, I want to
also,
talk to
like,
you about respect.
where the hell did this guy come from?
He came in the last batch of men, and the whole time, as soon as Luann sits down, she goes, "Oh, where's James?"
I know.
Where's
like,
James?
Where's James?
And the
Can someone
guy's
tell me
like-
where James is.
And the guy goes, "He doesn't treat you well." He doesn't treat you with respect. And she goes, who? And he's like, James. And she's like, he's getting me a drink right now. What do you mean he doesn't respect me?
Oh my God. Luann is like, I don't know. I think it's reckless, but the way she like goes in with people so hard is like, you've got to kind of respect it in a weird way. I don't know.
They're already bickering like an old couple. Like when he showed up to the hangout without a shirt on, she goes, that doesn't look chic. Go back and change. I love her.
I honestly, I'm like, they could still be dating.
I think they could get married.
I fully, like, I really think that, like, that is a couple that could really make it out of here.
She's like, you got to get a PP for me to come visit. And he's like, I'll get a PP. It's like, and they're saying private plane.
Yes. I mean, they've clearly had sex, like, every day. Like, they're fully in a relationship.
No, they're like both
point.
Glowing. They've been fucking their brains out.
They're
Shannon's
so happy.
like, I invited Earl to move in my room, and Luann's like, we do that? Like,
yeah, like, okay.
Okay.
Giselle is like, she's so fun. She's just there for comic relief.
I died when she was like, Theo said he's going to walk in a charity show, and the producer goes, that Phil's like a signed Ford model, right? Has been for like 40 years. She goes, I'm just finding this out.
She's got one foot out the door with Phil though, which is probably smart.
Yeah, he's
smarmy.
Yeah,
Ugh.
he's still got a lot of red flags, but then she gets won over by like the very superficial stuff. But
yeah. I mean, the Theo guy is the only guy who seems like decent, but I'm like, he's almost too interesting for Giselle. Like, I think Giselle just wants someone she can push around.
Yeah, I don't think Giselle is taking any of this seriously. She's like,
no, Giselle's just like, I'm here.
I can't believe I have to leave. This is so upsetting.
If she chooses someone, it will be a friendship and not even lifelong, maybe for like a couple weeks.
Yeah. And that's
and then it's over.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then I love how she's like weaponizing the fact that like he didn't reveal that he knew Cynthia as like, this is a major red flag.
Meanwhile, he
he shouldn't be keeping things from me.
He just said it so casually. He's like, yeah, she came to the house with Mike.
Yeah, it's like, this guy clearly rolls with like the high rollers.
Yeah.
Like he's having functions and people over all the time. He probably just didn't give it a second thought.
Yeah.
And Giselle's just like, oh, this is a major red flag. We can't do this.
I was like, I think this is fine. I think his other stuff was red flaggy, but this part's fine.
Yeah, this is totally fine, Giselle, but if you need a reason to walk away and that's your reason, good for you.
Take it.
And then there's Ashley, who I think she's going to pick Ralph.
Well, Wale might have walked away.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So when Wale is spiraling at the pool, like the shot of like Ashley's body touching Ralph's and Wale just being like, I can't believe I'm competing with a 60-year-old man. Like, I think it just hit him that like, he's so young. He doesn't have to like struggle through this. And he's just like, why am I literally here competing with a 60-year-old man? Like
Yes. He said a European man.
A European man.
So he was calling out the fact he's like, I am a hot like black man.
Yeah.
And like,
this is
how
old
is
European
this happening?
Man. Like, how am I in this situation? And like, she does have deeper conversations with Ralph.
I love Ralph.
When they queued up that like, is it a phase thing? I was like worried about it, but then they showed the whole context, and it was like, no, I just need to know if you still expect to be with women while you're with me. And it's like, yeah, that is a good conversation to have, Ralph.
Yeah, it's like, are we going to be monogamous or not?
Yeah.
Which is a little bit like, I do think bisexual people complain a lot about people assuming that they're not going to be monogamous.
Yeah.
Which I've heard, and like, this is an example of that maybe. Although it sounded like there was more to the conversation that they cut out, like that Ashley talked about being
non-monogamous,
polyamorous in some way.
Yeah.
And that she had decided that lifestyle was not what she wanted anymore. Not necessarily that she didn't like want to be with girls anymore. So I actually did not know that about Ashley. So that was interesting.
Yeah, I knew that. I don't know where I knew that. I think when her divorce was happening, Who Weekly talked about like having other women in their relationship, but I didn't know that she herself had like dated women outside of her marriage.
Yeah. I don't think she's going to, I think she's going to choose one of them, probably Ralph. And I think it will probably, by the whatever information they tell us at the end, will be that they're not together.
Yeah, I'm
anymore.
like looking forward to that part, and I think it's next week.
It's next week. It's the finale where we find out what inevitably happens with Shannon and Earl the poor.
I'll miss it. I hope they do it again.
Oh my God.
I've really enjoyed it. If you want something that's just like easy, not complicated, doesn't feel political at all. I don't know how they avoid it.
Truly, it doesn't.
Doesn't feel political. Take a watch of Bravo's Love Hotel.
That's a really good point. Is that like in this time where we're just saying like we cannot separate politics from the season of Love Island or like any dating show, like this is a show where like I don't feel the need to go there.
No.
Fully knowing that some of these people are like totally MAGA.
Oh, I'm
Like,
sure. I'm sure. I mean, they're old men, but they're not having
they're like
conversations
rich
like this.
white men.
Yeah.
Like totally. But it's just like there's no room for that. It's just so light and breezy.
Yeah, it's so nice.
It is a nice refresher. I'm always happy after I've watched an episode of this show. So they did release the BIP cast. So maybe we'll talk through some of those people. There are a lot of big names.
Yeah,
though.
there are.
Like a lot of memorable faces, people who got very far in their seasons recently who like are going to be on the beach, which I think they're really putting the whole kit and caboodle into this season.
I think the reset was a really good idea for this reason because you have a
Right.
lot of big names, whereas like there'd be like one or two, but because
Right.
they had the season off, like people who got even engaged on the previous season can come back because it's been enough
Right.
time, and I think it was a
Right.
good idea.
I think it's good, and they're really putting a lot of like concerted effort into marketing it. Like they want people to watch. I think this is the Hail Mary.
I think so,
like,
too.
See if this franchise is going to survive. So that premieres, I want to say on like July 7th or July
Think
13th.
So,
Love Island UK has started
yep.
as of this week, and so I expect we're going to start seeing episodes on Hulu like starting next week.
I haven't heard anything about it.
I saw one post that came into my feed unsolicited that was like it showed like one of the guys in the villa and how he looked a lot like maybe it was Tom Clare or something, and I was like, he doesn't look like him at all and looks like another boring white guy. Like
Classic.
okay.
I know. We'll see if we get through the whole season this year. We didn't last year.
Oh, I had to I just like I couldn't. Joey ruined it.
Ruined it.
Like truly. So I really hope that they just like don't mess with that energy again. They're also, I heard, like really throwing everything at the wall because they need to save what's going on with them. Like as Love Island is on the rise in the US, it's definitely on the downturn in UK. And apparently they're going to like show footage from like meal times and like kind of stuff that you don't typically see. They're gonna like reveal more of that.
Soon they're gonna do like Big Brother style where you can pay for a subscription and watch them all day long.
Maybe, yeah. They're definitely like, I think we're gonna see some things that we haven't seen before.
Yeah,
which is interesting.
We'll see when we get them.
Anyway, we will cover that for as long as we can.
Yeah.
Until it gets. I'm not going to assume it's going to be bad, but.
No, I think that UK has a pretty good track record. Last season was just exceptionally bad.
Right.
All Stars was pretty good, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, All Stars definitely kept me entertained. And then I also saw Love Island UK is supposed to be premiering this summer.
Australia?
Sorry, not Love Island. Love is Blind.
Oh,
UK.
God. Another one?
Oh, I'm so excited.
We're going to have to do
year's
2 a
Love
week.
is Blind was so good from the UK.
Yeah, it was really good. We're going to have to do 2 episodes a week.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, there's just, the onslaught is like the most of like the shows we truly actually watch.
Yeah.
That like we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Oh, the other news is like Jen Tran and Sasha Cohen. Is that his last name?
I don't think so.
Sasha Farber.
Sasha Cohen.
I was thinking of Sasha Baron Cohen. Which, like, what a couple.
What a
If they
couple
were
that would
together,
be.
What a couple. No, sorry. Sasha Farber and Jen Tran have officially broken up,
Yeah.
even though we've kind of been speculating that for a
Who
while.
knew?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jen came out as bisexual this week because it's Pride Month, so happy Pride. And I feel like that was kind of like telling that she might be headed somewhere different.
Right.
Lydia and what's his name?
Zach Shallcross and Katie Bigger got married.
Yeah, that was and Michelle and her boyfriend, Michelle the Bachelorette and her boyfriend
Really?
got married
She
too.
did? Oh, that makes me really happy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad for that.
Lydia
They're so cute.
and Milton from Love is Blind are getting divorced.
they're getting divorced, and Lydia's like going on all the podcasts to
The
burn
only
it
clip
down.
I saw was AD's podcast, and I refuse to give that any clicks because AD does no research before she interviews people, and it
Of
is
course.
infuriating.
AD is not my favorite
No.
reality TV personality.
We had such high hopes for her during her season, and she just has tanked.
She just like, her whole vibe during that season was like, I'm gonna get married.
I've been picked, so I'm better.
And it's like, there's just more of that with Ollie. And I'm like, yeah, I'm uninterested in that podcast. But yeah, that was surprising to me too. I was like, oh shit, all right.
Yeah.
I thought like they were this weird couple that was weirdly gonna make it.
I thought
but-
so too, so I don't know what's going on. Oh, and then Jasmine and Bobby of Love is Blind UK season 1 are expecting a baby.
Jasmine and
She had the crazy
Bobby.
mom, and he was like a
Oh!
rapper. Yeah, they're having a baby.
Wait, I forgot that they ended up together. They've been so quiet.
I know.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like it was also a successful season.
Yeah.
UK Love is Blind.
Nicole and
season 1.
Benaya are still married.
I know. I see their posts. Like maybe I'm following them. I don't know how.
They come
but,
up
like,
in our feed a lot on the page.
What a beautiful couple.
They really are.
I love them. Love it. Okay. That's it.
That's it.
We did a rapid fire news right at the end.
I have to go to bed.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I kept Mary up late tonight. So enjoy the podcast. Sorry we're already an episode behind because of the nature of how
can we
things
keep
go.
up?
But absolutely follow us on Instagram. The memes are on fire.
They will
Thank
be
you,
up
Mary.
tomorrow morning.
And like lots of traction. It's been fun to see the
Yeah.
page like, you know, going off again.
Yeah,
So-
go ahead and pick a fight in the comments. We probably won't be there.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got everything from like cultural appropriation to like political beliefs to just like straight up shade. It's everything. So much information in those comments.
Yeah, we're lurking.
Oh yeah, we're not engaging.
We
in
don't have
those.
the energy to get engaged, but feel
No.
free to drop something there.
That's where all the conversations are really happening in the moment. So thank you so much. We love you so much. Yay. And we'll see you next time. Yay. Cheers, lovebirds.
Thanks for listening to Can I Steal You for a Minute? Subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, and if you like the show, please leave a rating and review. Follow us on social media at Can I Steal You for a Minute Pod, and support the show through Patreon at patreon.com/Can I Steal You for a Minute.